Okay, so I've had a lot of questions about how I print my test cards out. Now this video isn't really an episode on the current TCG, more so just a tutorial video, which I don't really make because I don't think I'm the best at anything good enough to make a tutorial on it. But a lot of you guys have asked how I make my test cards that you saw in, I think, episode 2, and I think you saw in episode 3 as well, and just a cheap way to make them, because the last thing you want when you're making a TCG is to spend loads and loads of money on the test cards when you've got to print so many, or for people that don't use all their ink in their printer because it's quite expensive. This is a really cheap way if you're from the UK especially. I'm not 100% sure if it's the same in America or other places, but if you're in the UK, this is a really good way to do it. And if you're from another place, you can follow these steps up to a point, and then you've got to find somewhere to print them, which is cheap. Again, it doesn't have to be great quality, as long as you can read the text, the cards look viable, and they're the right size, which I'm going to teach you how to do, then you're all good. So let's jump into Photoshop. I'm going to show you how I print my test cards off, and then I'm going to show you how you cut them out and put them in sleeves. Okay, so as you can see, we're in Photoshop, and you just want to open a file. And it's very important that when you open the file, you have to open a A4 file, because you want to print in A4. That's how you get the best and most consistent size. Change your color to whatever you want it to be. I'm going to go 16-bit, and then click create. So once you're in Photoshop, it's really simple. So you can normally get, I think, 9 cards on a page. So you want to go to your shape button and go to the rectangle tool and just click on the screen, and you're going to type in 750 and then to 1050, and then click enter. Make sure it's in pixels, and there you go. You've got your you've got your card ready to go. So this right here is the same size as the Pokemon card, your poker card, your normal sleeves. I know Yu-Gi-Oh cards are a little bit smaller, so if you're going to buy sleeves, make sure you buy the standard sleeves when you make your cards, if you're going to put them in sleeves. I said sleeves so much now. So you have your card template here, so what you're going to do is you're just going to duplicate it so you can get 3 on a page. And this is not including card backs, by the way, because I think if you're going to sleeve them, there's no point printing off card backs. There is a whole new strategy to that if you want to do that as well. So you've got your 3 there. You want to highlight them all, Control J, and then duplicate them again, and then once more. So now you've got 9 cards, all in Pokemon size. They're all touching each other. You don't want any gaps in between them because it makes your job harder when you cut them out. Make sure they're all touching each other, and then leave space on the outside. So once you've got your templates out, you want to come into your folder and put any cards in there you want. I'm going to choose one of my new cards I made, my Inferno Hydra. Okay, so you've got your photo in Photoshop, you've got your card photo, and we want to put it in the template and make sure it fits just like a Pokemon card would. So you're going to have your photo up here, which is your card. You're going to drag it all the way down to the bottom and make sure it's on top of the first rectangle, which is this rectangle. And you're going to get rid of some of these layers so you can see what we're doing. Right, so this card now is on top of the rectangle, but we want to make it fit in the mask, so it fits just like a Pokemon card. So we hold Alt, click on the rectangle one, you'll see this little icon where it's like an arrow in a white box, which means your image is now inside that image. And as you can see, it cuts down your borders, because obviously when you make trading cards, you make the borders bigger so that when you print it off, there's like a fill space or like leakage space. So if you're going to a card company to print them, they have a lot of leeway when it comes to where your borders are. So now, as you can see, if we take this mask off, it's bigger, put it on, and it fits in the card. So all you have to do is do that 9 times to the cards and put any ones you want in, and it's easy to swap cards out. So once this page is done and you've got all 9 cards you want on this, you have to just go replace content here. So you can put a new one in, any one you want. Let's use, I don't know, Twinferno, place him, and it's the exact same place, it swaps them. Again, do that for all 9 cards. Also, I recommend, so my cards have a kind of brown outline to them. Now, I want to make my background a different color because I don't think white, if I miss the cut, it's going to be really obvious. So I'm just going to put the background on black, which I would do after I put all the cards in, otherwise it's going to blend in with your boxes. So once you have 9 cards in there, it will look good. So once you've done all those steps, the background's changed, you fill in your cards, and you've done your pages, this is what it should look like. This will be your 9 cards, they all fit well. The only problem is I haven't got any back to them, but if you're going to put them in sleeves, I would say don't bother about the backs. It's more work and it makes the cards thicker, which means your deck's going to be like double the size, which is never good. But if you do want to put backs on, I'm sure there's many tutorials on YouTube on how to do that, and I will do that at one point probably. But at the moment, I just need the front to be okay, and I haven't finished the back yet, so that doesn't hurt too much. So the last thing you want to do is you just want to save it as a high quality image so it has the best print possible. Save it as a PNG, probably the best one, and put it somewhere you need to. So once it's saved, that's it for the laptop. If you have an iPad, great. If you have a phone, it works the exact same way. I'm not sure if it's on a laptop what I'm going to use next, but I'm going to show you, and if you can find it on a laptop, great. I use my iPad, it's just easier. So you need to get all these photos over to your phone or your iPad, and we can continue the next step. Okay, so once you've got your iPad or your phone, whatever it's going to be, as long as it has an app and you can use an app, you want to go over to the app and download an app called FreePrints, which is this one right here. So once you're in FreePrints, you're going to see this screen, which you just click in the middle, you upload your photos, and then you find the one you downloaded. Mine are quite old because I've already done this process. You want to click all of them all in one go, just like that, and click next. So as you can see at the bottom, the 6x4 is highlighted. You don't want that. So actually a month on this app you get, I think, 45 free 6x4 photos. We don't actually need them, so we're going to remove them from each photo and we're going to put it into 12x8, which is the closest size to A4. So you want to add one of those, and that's literally it. And then on the crop section you can kind of move it around to make sure it's in the middle, and you can tell it's in the middle because you've got the 3 dividing lines which you can line up with your cards. And then you click save, and you do that with all your card pictures, make sure they're all roughly level. Again, these aren't going to be perfect, but they will fit in sleeves. Now I'm just going to cover my address up right here. So when you go to deliver to address, you just click no thank you to everything else, and it's a very, very important step because you don't want to get this wrong. So make sure that all your prints are in matte. Don't put them in gloss because it'll be really hard to see. They'll reflect everything, and especially when you're trying to learn TCG, if you've got a light above it or you've got some sort of light in the middle of the room, it's going to reflect everything. So make sure you click this matte button, which is free, to make sure it's green and it's on. It costs no extra money, and that's it. And sometimes it's not going to be an option here, but sometimes you can pay for express delivery, which would just be a faster version of it. It normally takes around like a week to arrive. It will take about 3 or 4 days, and that's literally it. You check out, you continue, and you're done. So that's it. That's all you have to do. My first one came to about, I think, £12 including postage, and that was 2 decks, easy to cut out. So last thing you want to do is cut it out. Okay, so once your cards arrive, they should be all nice and safely packaged. There should be nothing wrong with them, and should be nice and colourful. Again, the more colourful you make your Photoshop file, the more colourful they'll arrive in. And all you want to do now is cut them out. So this is where you have to be careful, and I'm really sorry for the bad angles of filming this. I didn't know where to put the camera, but I'm going to try and explain to you how you cut them out safely, put them in sleeves, and then you're done. So what I do recommend is something like a guillotine or a Stanley blade with a ruler. Now if you're a young child, please don't do this by yourself. Get a parent to help you. Don't just start playing with blades and knives. It's not safe. The only thing I wouldn't recommend is scissors, because you won't get a very accurate straight cut, and they will always be a bit wonky. Again, if you put them in sleeves, it's absolutely fine, but you want to guarantee they fit, because it is quite a tight squeeze, because these bits of paper aren't exactly A4, they're just close to A4, so they might be a little bit bigger or a little bit smaller, but again, you can cut away edges until they fit. But overall, these templates should be absolutely fine if you cut them to the right size. So as you can see here, I'm just cutting. This took about 20 minutes to get all the pages cut out. I was listening to music, I think, at the time. It was super quick, and nothing went wrong apart from one card didn't quite cut. Apart from that, super easy, and the paper's quite thick, so it's quite good quality. It's not going to bend all around in the sleeves, and that's it for cutting. Your card just slot into the sleeves absolutely fine. Again, sleeve them all up, make sure they're protected, because one day down the line, these could be very good demo cards that you could sell one day, or just have like a cool portfolio of them, and then that's it. Store them safely, test them out, shuffle them. They will be a little bit more flexible than normal cards. Again, it's paper, it's not cards, so it's a bit more flexible. If your sleeves are quite good quality, the thickness of the sleeves should stop that a little bit, and mine work absolutely fine. Like, I haven't bent them, I haven't sat on them, I haven't ripped them or anything. This should be good, and that's it. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I don't really know how good it's going to be. I don't know how informative it's going to be. Again, this is more a UK based tutorial, because if you're in America, you probably not have free prints, but if you do, great, you can use it there. But again, if you're doing 2 40 card decks, which I did, this shouldn't be more than like £15 from the UK, and I'm assuming probably under $20 if you're elsewhere. But let me know if you have any questions, if I didn't answer anything properly, if I didn't show anything properly, I can always answer in the comment section below. This time I'm going to do all my test printing for my cards until the game is out, so if it works for me, I'm sure it can work for you, and you can play around with a few things. The good thing is, if it goes wrong, it's so cheap that you can either get a refund or you can just try again with some other cards. It's not a big deal. But yeah, make sure you like, subscribe, stick around for episode 6 of the normal TCG series, and if you want any more tutorials or anything else I'm doing, please let me know, and I will try and do it the best I can. And hopefully this somewhat messy video I've made in my head will make sense to you guys. Okay, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time for some video of TCG. Okay, bye guys.